So I had to do some SketchUp work this morning on a project, and I'm helping this guy. We did this addition on this house, and now he wants to build this back porch thing. And let me see if I can get the layers so I can show you. Let's see, porch. That's what his house looks like now, just on the back. This is kind of where I'm redrawing it. I got some funky things going on in this drawing, so sometimes it's easier just to redraw it from scratch, especially if it's a small project. And these are like reference lines, these vertical lines are. But anyway, the guy has this house and he wants to add on this porch like this. Well, he asked me to design a back porch and a deck, so that's what I did. This window here, that window is going to become this door. And this was where he was trying to do a lot of this work himself, so he asked me to help him with this and phase it so he could do the work slowly. And so, like, I have a view here for footing plan, and so I printed that out and put dimensions on it for him. But what I'm working on now is the framing plan, and I thought I would just turn on my computer, turn it back to perspective, and work on it. And so I think what I'll do is just kind of again start from scratch out here and build it again, because I'm going to put joist in and things like that. And this outline is based on logical dimensions instead of weird dimensions, so I just want to start with something fresh. Let me see if anybody's watching. Let me go to the YouTube side to see. Here we go. Copy. To watching. Okay, that's cool. So I thought I would try to, I don't know if I can do this or not. I was going to try to talk about what I was doing and this local story. Make sure I've got all my settings correct here. Work on this, or talk about this local story at the same time, which may be difficult because I may need to, may not work. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to maintain all this geometry as its own thing. It's kind of like the foundation, the footing layout. These were all the little footings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a group, just make sure I got everything. Sometimes you think you've got everything and you don't. I'm going to create a group out of that. And so what that'll do is that means I can draw over it, and when I draw over it will not attach itself to that. So I can just create myself an outline right quick. Oh, what in the world? When I get that black screen, I have learned that my, dadgummit. So, okay, it's working again. Every now and then, I'm not sure what is wrong with my my software, OS, the Open Broadcaster, but every now and then, and I have learned, thankfully, that if I get that black screen, that I'm going to call this foundation plan, that layer, so that I can put it in that layer, foundation, and then I can turn it off. So now I just have my lines that I want. And so what I'm going to do is just draw an outline here, 1.5 of the band, which is going to be 2x10s. There's probably an easier way to do this, but this is the way I want to do it because I know what I'm drawing and I don't want to. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to create a group of this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I can edit it. Now, when I draw these little lines right here, they won't connect themselves. So what I want to do here is I want this joist to come to there. And so I'm going to draw it up 9.25 inches. I'm going to raise all this up off the ground in a minute. Now I'm going to draw this joist all the way across to here and raise it up 9.25. And then I want this joist and actually what I want to do is I want to put a band across the back against the house. So what we're going to do is just come across here and why am I doing that? That was how far? Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to come back and you'll see what I'm doing in just a second. See, I'm going to pull this out 1.5 inches, 1.5. See, now I have a band against the house that my joist will butt into. I need to put the line here so I can bring this out. 1.5, and this will come out to there. This will come at 1.5. You see now I've got a treated, and I'll put, you know, let's see, I want this to come back 1.5 because I like for my band to stop and let this let this come to here, bring this up 9.25, and you can see now I've got this joist, this outside band, this outside joist will cover up the end of that one and get rid of that face it created in there. Now I'm going to go from here all the way over here, and I want this one to stop with that one. And one of the easy things about SketchUp is that you can use other things as a reference, so you don't have to type in the dimension each time. And I can't stand how it creates those faces every time. But anyway, so now what I'm going to do, I want a joist that goes, and really what I want are individual joists. So I think what I'm going to do is create one. I'm going to copy this over here and I'm going to bring it out where I can make a group of it. So I want all my joists to be individual groups. And if you wanted to get technical, you could make them components, but I don't see any need for that in this because there's only be a couple of different sizes of joists in this. Let me make sure I've got faces all the way around. Yeah. And now I'm just going to create a joist. I'm going to create a group. Now I can take that and put it right here like that. And I want this joist, sorry, let me check any comments. No comments. That's kind of good because I need to get this done. So what I'm going to do is double click on that group, and now I can take my extension tool, my pull up tool, and get in here where I can see the back side of it and just bring it over to here. Okay, now I'm going to click outside of that, and now I have a joist. And what this is a structural issue here. I want 2 of these, and I'm also going to put a space between them, and I'll show you why. So what I'm going to do is go over here and move this to there, and then move it over 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to draw these the way I need them, and then I'll explain to you what I'm doing. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this one. Well, I don't need to do that because I've got one on the end over here. Well, this is already a group, so I can save myself that time. So what I can do is just bring this over here. Move it out here, and then I can make it the right length. Let's see, I need to put it even with this one. And this is, this is an actual framing plan, so this is not like frou-frou architecture. This is actual, these are actual pieces of wood you got to cut and nail. And that's the way I use my SketchUp. I don't use it just to draw frou-frou pictures that are pretty. I use it for structural reasons. So now I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to then I'm going to move it 16 inches, and that should put it 16 inches from here. Oh, that's right. I need that to be, I really want it to be 16 inches. Well, we'll leave it there. Well, wait, I forgot about my band. What I'm doing with this is the guy 1.5. I keep getting comments on some comments I've made on Bitcoin, just kind of joking around, calling it a fake currency, and now all these people are calling me stupid. So that's kind of funny. But I don't care. I think Bitcoin is a fake currency, and you invest in it all you want to. Have your way with it. But anyway, back to the important things in life. This guy, and let me fix these colors are driving me nuts. Of these, what SketchUp does is it creates faces on your objects, but depending on how you, oh dang it, oh that's just because it's on the dark side. Okay, sometimes it's hard to tell. No, I think that's probably, let me just go in here. You can reverse the face. It already is reversed. Anyway, I'm going nuts here. Let's just stay focused, Tony. The guy wants to run these. Oh, I've got it drawn right here. I can show you. He wants to run these boards at an angle like this, diagonally. And this is Kumru I've got shown here. Okay, but in order to do that, you got to have something for that to bear on, and also this band that goes around. So what you do is you put a joist It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. You need to double this outside, but you have to leave an 1.5 inch space between it. And also, you actually literally have to do it. You can do it two ways. You can block between the joists to get the band out here, or since we're using 6x6 posts, you can take this let me just show you. Copy this. Oh, why am I? And this will be a choice that I give him. Why am I down in the ground there? Let me turn this around. Put it back. Put this here and move it back. Put a block up between it, so it would basically be the same thing. It'd be coming back 1.5 inches, and then this joist would come back to here like that, because you'd want your header joist to. But see, you've got 6x6 posts, so all of this, and you're going to have joist hangers. So your post will be sitting out here like this. So all of this stuff will sit on top of your posts, so you don't have to worry about it. So then this band, this inside header joist, whatever you want to call it, would come all the way down to here. Now we can take our joists, and what you would want to do from here is copy these. And really, see if 30 will get there. So what I did there was I copied it to here, and then if you didn't notice, times, after I copied it, I didn't touch the mouse again, but I hit the asterisk times 30. So then that copied them. Yeah, I figured it was too many. But it's easy. I can just select them all, delete them. So that was that easy. Now you can put on this shorter span, if you wanted to save money, you could use 2x8s in here, because this is less than 12 feet. So these joists are only 10'6", and a 2x8 will easily span that. And to save a little more money, what you can do, and I'm going to go ahead and show this. So I'm going to delete. See if I can delete a few just to get started here, and then and this is where making a component would come in handy, because if I had made this a component, I could have just changed one of them. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to have to look at it from underneath. Let's see. I'll just raise it up. That's what I'll do. I'll move it at 2 inches. 2. And then I'll push the top of it back down, which will create a 2x8 like that. So see, now it should be 7 1/4. Yeah, 7 1/4 like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one a component. It's that easy. Just say create, and that's it. Now I think I only need about 25 of them. So now I can copy this one down. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I don't need to do that yet. I was going to show you the ledger. Since we're making these 2x8s, now we can put a ledger under them instead of using joist hangers. So I copied that at 16 inches. If you're looking down here in the bottom right hand corner, 16. Now I'm going to use my asterisk times 25. See how far that goes. Usually I'll grab the calculator, and you can multiply the distance times 0.75, and that will tell you how many joists that you need to put in there. But I'll just usually guess and get it close, and then I'll delete the ones I don't need. But see, there's your joist now. Now, what you can do now is you want to keep this header joist, this band, 2x10, right? And to take advantage of that, now what we can do is create ourselves a 2x2. I'm just going to put it right here for now, and I'm going to make that, see, I just made that a 2x2, and I'm going to move it over. I'm going to have to go delete my comment because I'm getting all these comments now. So this 2x2 can come to here. You don't want it to go all the way because you want this joist, let me get out of that group. You want this joist sitting on your post, and I'll show you that in a minute. So you want your 2x2 just going to there. But see how you can save money now. You don't have to, let's see if I can get it at an angle. I know this drives people nuts the way I move around, but I don't have time to mess with this stuff. I got to get it done. So if I'm zipping around, it's because I just got to get it done. And I'm not really trying to make educational videos. I'm just trying to share what I'm doing. So anyway, so see there. Let's see if I can get. What I need to do is raise this up off the. I'm gonna have to go delete my comments. I'll put it back later. Where is? Hey, there's somebody left. Fight or flight is natural in human rights. Society trying to suppress this crazy use. History. Why is that important? Yeah. But let me go to this place where
I am Max Kaiser. This is the.
There was this video of Bitcoin instead of US dollar, and it's just done, and I've already gotten all these replies, so I'm going to delete that for now, and I'll go back and put it on there. But it's RT, which is a Russian website, and this is propaganda. This is the RT propaganda. They would love to undermine the US dollar, so that's a different thing. This is propaganda. This is the RT propaganda. They would love to undermine the US dollar. Have I got an echo going? So, did I miss the story? Okay, back to construction work. Back to the fun stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move this up because I can't get under to see it. It's on this. I've got this big platform here I'm working off of, because when you zoom in SketchUp, if you just hold your mouse out here in space, it doesn't have a reference that you're zooming to. See, if I go over here, I might be zooming to Mars, but if I have something underneath it that I'm working with, it's got a relative point to zoom and pan to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move this up to where at least 12 inches for right now. I could actually move it up where it actually goes. So I can just put a reference line over here on this deck. That's the bottom of it. so I can move this back. I guess I went up too high. Well, I'm just going to leave it there for right now. I can work on it easier when I get ready to put the post under it and everything. So anyway, and you can do the same thing. What we'll do is we'll bring this 2x2, this ledger, over here too. Okay, we're going to move it. I'm going to copy it. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to copy me one. See, and since I used a 2x10 band, and this is why I wanted to move it up so I could get underneath it and show you. See, since I've got a 2x10 band against the house, I can put a 2x2 ledger. And if you've ever bought joist hangers, you know they're expensive. You know, several dollars a piece, and you're looking at hundreds of them, you know, on a big deck like this. 100 at least, probably 150. And so now you've just saved yourself some money, because 2x2s are cheap. And all you got to do is make sure you get it nailed good, or screw it. Really use screws. Screw it to the band. The band is bolted to the house. It's not going anywhere. So that's old school framing right there. That's the way we used to do them back in the old days. Is we would use a ledger like that. We would actually, if the ledger was the same, if the band was the same size as the joist, we would just cut a notch in the joist and let it sit on there anyway. So now we are to, so we got any comments? I think the guy was talking about fresh out of the pen. I think he was talking about this story. I was trying to get into this local road rage story of a guy I know, actually. He's a host of a local radio station, 16. And how many is that going to take? That's not going to take but maybe 10. And delete these. I'll delete these two and bring this one out. Then this will be our third joist length there. Now all these are going to be 2x10s butting into 2x10s, so you'll have to use joist hangers on this long section, on the porch part of it, which is this part. I'm inside that group, so I'm having to, you can't see it, but this porch part is, you know, more structural. So, and these spans are too long for 2x8s. You'll need 2x10s here, and really 14. No, yeah, a deck they'll go 14/6. So, and we're going to have to change this. That'll change here in just a second, because we're going to do this. We're going to make this front band the same way we did we're going to make this a first I'm going to move that. I'm just going to go ahead and make that a group. I think all my geometry is correct. Then I'm going to move this. I'm going to copy. I keep saying move it. I'm going to copy it to there, and then I'm going to put me 1.5 inch space between it. And that's because you need a space here, because, and see, if I had made these components, see, this is where you bite yourself in the butt. Bite yourself in the butt? Is that what you do? 3, 4, 5, 6. I want this one. I want that double to come all the way to sit on top of my post. You'll see what I mean in a second. That one goes back to there. Okay. This, you want these two long ones sitting on the post. All this stuff on this corner you want on your 6x6, which is right here. Right there. And I don't actually show the framing on this one. And now that he's going to go through with this, I'm actually drawing the framing plan. So we get down to brass tacks now. So the other thing you want to do is keep your layout going. Just realize this too. I want this to be 16 inches from here. So I need to move this joist back to where it is in layout. You see, because you want to keep this. Now that's kind of questionable. You could, since there's so much beef here, you could go 16 inches from here, but I like to keep my layout across the whole thing. If he changes his mind and he starts to run this decking just parallel with the house, and you've got 12 or 16 footers, you're going to want, and say one end's here, you're going to want this layout to continue. So that's the default. So I'm going to copy this one. What was it, 7 times? 16 inches times 7. How many did I have? Yeah, and that worked out. That worked out okay. We're just going to move this one. Who knows how this is going to work out exactly in real life, but I didn't get the corner of it there. And again, because I moved that one doesn't mean I'm going to move all of them. So what I'm going to do is pull that back to there now, and I'm going to make sure this one is 32 inches from that other one, because this one got off layout because of this corner here. But again, I want from one end of the deck to the other to be on layout, so that I can have choices when I start to, let's see, I bet these are, when I start to lay out the flooring, now I bet you this one's, I bet 10 of them will go here. 16 times 10. I like to keep myself guessing. Well, look at that. I think that, yeah, what happened was this end one here, I just realized I need to fix this. This would go back to there. When you're editing a group, it gets foggy like that. Now this one, this joist needs to go here and then put a space between it, 1.5. Now what is this line? I got some, oh, this needs to go what is that? I got some funky lines going on here. What is going on there now? Aha! An anomaly. Those anomalies will get you. What I should have done was move this to there, yeah, and it would disappear. That's the one thing you have to watch out for in SketchUp, is you'll get little weird things like that if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And when you're trying to watch the comments. Watching now. People got bored, didn't they? Huh? This is boring. I understand. I get it. Okay. What restart to finish up later? Dang it. I understand this is boring, and I'm not good at talking while I'm working. But you know, it's if you want to watch, you can. If you don't, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. See, you didn't know I was part French, did you? So there you go. That's your framing layout. Okay. Now, if you wanted to look at that in plan view, we just go back to our floor plan, or our footing plan that we basically turned into a framing plan. This is the way you would see it on a drawing. See? Delete that. So if you zoomed in down here, you would see how we overlapped. But again, and I'm going to show the post right now, and I'm going to go back to this view, and I like to work in this perspective mode here. Camera perspective. Yeah, it's more realistic looking. I just realized I don't have the deck. Let me put this reference line back on here again. We'll put this down here like that, because it should be below the door. And then the wall, is it 8 feet? Yeah, the wall would be up here. And I don't have the foundation shown or the floor system of the house. So for right now, we're just going to show it right there. Like that. And then just to give you an idea, I'm going to bring this post over here. And show you how this framing would be sitting on that post. See, if you took a bird's eye view of it, you can see that all of this stuff is sitting on that post, and you'll have them about every 7 feet down through there, like that. And this part of he's got this retaining wall that runs through the backyard there, and he's going to tear it down, the part down, just like tear a row of block off of it where the deck is going to be. So that's your floor framing. And again, then what would happen is, let me copy a couple of these boards just to show you how they'll work. Let's see, I'll copy these three. That'll be an interesting view. You see, you'll need something for those, and see, they're actually going to be longer. And this is why I draw this stuff out, because you see, these need to come over to at least, I'll just the world. Oh, they're still a part of that group. That's funny. But they need to come in this direction. Good Lord. They're at an angle, so I'm having to. They need to come. I'm just going to drag them over here and show you. They need to come over and bear halfway on. They need to bear halfway on this front band, this front joist, header joist, and this halfway on the side one. See, that gives them something to sit on. And then when you come back here and you get your band, I'm going to copy this. This may not be exactly right, but I'm going to fix it all. See, like that. Yeah, I didn't get all of that. There we go. See how that works? Now the other thing you can do if you want to get technical is you can miter this framing so that you don't have the end grain of this board showing. All you would have is a nice corner there. If you really want this to be super high-end, nice, nifty deck, and then you can use this Kumaru flooring, but you don't even have to put a finish on it. You can put an oil on it, a natural oil that just kind of soaks in. But this Kumaru just won't ever rot. I mean, it comes out of the rainforest, and it's not going to rot. So, and I think that's all I'm going to do. Well, what was I going to do? I was going to talk about this. Is anybody watching? Does anybody care? I think I'll change the title of this and skip. I don't know. Does anybody want to hear the road rage story? I may tell that in a live. Not a live video, but the next video. So since I don't have anybody watching, nobody cares. So I get it, people. So what I'm going to do is end it here, and because I got to send this, I got to tidy this up, and I'm going to send him this framing plan without this flooring on it. And I don't know, I might leave that. No. Anyway, so he can order his material, and I'll do a framing plan that looks like that, and I'll put dimensions on it. And I guess I could show you the dimensions I put on the foundation plan. Go to my recent documents here. This software is called Layout. It comes with SketchUp Pro, and it's kind of the construction documents part of it. You set up your sheets. Like I like to use 11 by 17, and I've got my title block here, and you just set up your drawing here. But you can see here, I sent him this already, where I've got these footings dimensioned and where they're to be located, and all that. So that's just what I'll do now. Is up here I'll show the framing plan. I don't mind. Go ahead and make sure this is saved and delete, or I'll turn this off. Let me see. I can turn that porch layer off. Yeah, and get rid of that. So then I can. What you do in SketchUp is you kind of get your view the way you want it, and then they're called scenes. You create a new scene, and I'm going to call this framing plan. And then, like I said, you just get it to where you want it, kind of the view you want, and then you'll update that framing plan. And then, or you'll update your scenes, and then you'll save your drawing. Yeah, I had a few little things in there. Make sure it's saved. And then you go to your layout software, and you can insert, well, I can just copy this view because it's already said I could. Here we go. Because it's already a view of that drawing. What I'm going to do is just move all this stuff down. Now I'm going to select that. I'm going to come down to my scenes, and I want it to be, I need to update the, I'm going to update the model reference first, because it doesn't know about the changes. Oh, and so in this thing, you can see I drew that over the foundation plan. So what I'll need to do is go back to the drawing and turn on, go to my footing plan, turn off the, what layer? What layer is that? I need to create one. Let's create a layer called joists. Okay. And we'll put that framing in joists. Okay. Now for the framing plan, I'm on the framing plan scene. I'm going to turn off the joists and turn on the foundation. Okay. Then I'm going to update that. Then I'm going to save my drawing. Then I could have waited till then for my framing plan, I want to turn off the foundation and turn on the joists. Then I'm going to update that scene. Nope, don't delete, update. So see, now I can just flip between my two views. Okay, we're supposed to turn the joist off and the foundation on. Did I not update it? Update. Now I go to my framing plan and the foundation should be off and the joist should be on. Update. Something's not updating. My styles are not updating. Or my scenes, I'm sorry, not my styles, my scenes are not updating. View options. I'm gonna have to go find out why. Okay, let's do this. Let's go footing plan. Let's turn off joists. Oh, that's post. Joists. Turn on the foundation. And update scenes. Now let's go to the framing plan. Something is weird. Turn on foundation, turn on joists, and go down here to scenes. Let's update them right here. You're supposed to be able to right mouse click on your visible layers. Why is visible layers not why is it unselected? Oh my god, I got a little glitch going on here in SketchUp. I'll have to go figure this out. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you what I would do here. I'll just use this view as an example. I would move this in to where it wasn't. And so then what I would do is I would just dimension sort of the overall .55 feet 1.5. This part is should be 12 feet. Yeah, he wanted it 12 feet from the bump out. This part is that like 11.7 or something. 11 feet. Yeah. And so anyway, I would do that, and then I would just indicate that these are 16 inches on center and all that. So anyway, guys, I know this turned out to be kind of a boring video, but I just thought I would turn on the OBS software, the Open Broadcaster, and share what I was doing this morning. So if you have any questions or requests or anything for drawing work, just send me a message. You might have to, good Lord, YouTube's going to do away with the messaging, so you can always leave a comment or send me an email at Tony at ArtisanTony.com. Thanks, guys.